Club cruisers starting in a minute and a half. Here's course confirmation for the final starters here on the squadron line. It's the Club cruisers, the White Fleet, Cowes Yacht Haven starboard, Kilburn and Strode Patent port, elephantboatyard.co.uk starboard, Yacht Databank starboard line, the squadron finish line for the Club cruisers, and the rest of Black Group predicted at 1:15. So this will be the 1 minute hooter for the Club cruisers, and the signal made here at the squadron. The preparatory signal removed there for the Club cruisers, and it's Chameleon leading overall on 5 points. Chameleon in the Club cruisers is a Morris M36, Chameleon of Clowes. Aqua is second, and that's a 101 Optima. And Panda of Hamble is third in this class so far, a Westerly Fulmar 32. And they are now speeding up and heading into the line. I think it's a reef in 83.14, which is going to lead them there. 41.64 just coming up to the line, and then pointing up a little bit, which is Chameleon of Cowes, and now pointing at the squadron. And they're all clear, so they then bear away again. And Chameleon crossing first, but they don't have the boat speed of 240, which is Panda of Hamble. Who have you got, Matt?
I have I think it's the Bavaria 8314 Dotty Dot.
Dotty Dot.
Dotty Dot, starting out here at the pin end of the line. Nice breeze and going pretty well. And actually at the moment, if you had to draw a line across the fleet, they're actually leading on the water ahead of the other boats.
They've got their reef in now.
They have. They've got a furled up headsail and a reef in the mainsail. And but inshore it looks to be 240, which is that Westerly Fulmar.
Panda of Hamble.
Yeah, Panda of Hamble. Then it is 7299, which is a Beneteau of some description.
Fantasia is an Oceanis 311.
Okay, Beneteau Oceanis, and then the Hinckley inshore. You were talking about the beautiful blue lines. I think that's Chris Savage helming that boat. He was telling me about it earlier on in the week. Very pretty boat.
That is Chameleon of Cowes.
Chameleon, that's it. Yeah. Quite a mix of cruisers here, but there's certainly cruisers apart from the one boat that stands out as not being a cruiser, at least she wasn't in her day, is she's called Sapphire, I think, which looks like a boat from the 70s. Looks like an Admiral's Cupper. Looks like an old one-tonner from the 70s. Good to see the mix.
Salty Sailing is out there. Give us a wave. And with the Mermaid Gin logo on her hull, they're heading off on their race. 3 out on the rail there.
And actually the Westerly Fulmar is doing pretty well going down the shoreline there. But so too is Dotty Dot. Dotty Dot has decided they needed a bit more grunt, and they've eased out a bit more of their headsail, which was half furled, but they've gone for more power. And they've done very well, actually. They've sailed around the outside of this fleet, and they're in good shape out here. They've unfurled that jib. They've left a reef in their main. I think it's actually 2 reefs in the main, but they're going well. And they can, I'm just looking, they can lay the first mark just about. From here, they got the breeze, and they're sailing around their fleet. They're in the strongest tide. They've done everything right.
Lots of waving to our cameras there on the Oceanis vis-a-vis. Hello to you. And off they go. 37.35 is Silentia, Bavaria 350. And nobody out on the rail there. making good progress as the club cruisers head off to the Western Solent as Hugo Boss comes the other way. And who else have we got here? R88 is also out for some practice. But that was the last start on the squadron line for the club cruisers. Hugo Boss and Rambler are out. Hugo Boss crossing the squadron line now, heading to the east. Well, the machine that is, with their chase boat. And Rambler further out, heeling right over with quite a few of the crew out on the rail there. That is Hugo Boss going to come to Cowes, or are they going to keep going? They've gone the opposite way to the club cruisers, who are off on their race now, and a windy day with a strengthening forecast, so relatively short races today. The white group of the racing, we can see their sails in the distance over in the Eastern Solent, and they'll be finishing on the breakwater finish line. All of the results here on the Cowswick website and on Cows Live 87.9 FM, and we will be reunited tomorrow at 9:30 for coverage here of the starts on the final day of Cowswick.